Welcome Rusty Pigeons. Welcome to the Rusty Pigeon gaming channel. Today I wanted to have a look at Lorville in our sweet Star Citizen. The reason why I'm standing like this is because the wind is blowing. You see the flags on top of the crane or the sewage pipes. So it's a little bit dusty here, but I wanted to have a little bit a nice view. So let's go. Ah, yes. Hope you're doing fine today. Maria Pure of Heart is one of the hospitals that is in the major cities. On the space stations we have clinics. I will take the blue line to the spaceport. Excuse me. Hello, Mr. Officer. Oh, let's keep on up. Yes, we made it. Okay, nice. This, what we are doing now, is maybe a thing from the past. And I say maybe because Persistent Hangars is in the works by CIG. The reason I want to record this is that I find it strange, a strange feeling that all we do in Star Citizen is playing, of course, Star Citizen and the several game loops that are in the system already in the game or in the alpha state. So they are like tier 0. It's not tier 1. But this is maybe something that is becoming something from the past, because we are having our own hangars. I don't know if we will traveling by tram or by metro to it, or we just spawn into them, because now this is the way of going to the spaceport. We did this for years, so it's rather strange. Just have a quick look if I don't have any files open, because the last time I checked, no, I'm fine. I find this very strange. You come up to this hall, to the ASOP terminals, but imagine that you have this terminal in your own hangar. And of course, if you don't have a hangar, then you can always get your ships at this terminal, of course. But it's so strange. Because now I am going to a hangar where my ship has spawned, and I will exit the elevator and walk to my ship. So that is maybe a thing from the past. Let's have a quick look. Hangar 1. Elevator cold. So I don't know. Maybe we are still are having hubs, of course, to sleep in. But I don't know if we can take the elevator down to go to our hangars, for example, your own hangar. Or do you need to go to the spaceport for it? Or I don't know. But this old view maybe, or magic view, is one that I cannot get enough of. Walking into this hangar, looking at this marvel. Oh my god. The Reclaimer, the Aegis Reclaimer. I have a lot of fun in this ship. It is really, really well designed. It's old, of course, and it has this new claw that isn't really a claw, but more like some sort of microwave radiation machine and chewer inside to suck up all the metal, just fracture the racks and then suck it all in. So this thing is huge. I will call the elevator. This thing is huge, very huge, and I cannot get enough of it. I don't know, it has something. I am glad I bought a pledge that consisted of the ship, of course, the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer, of course, is called the Rusty Pigeon. So we are now going to the cockpit. And there we are. It's a little bit strange because it doesn't work flawless. Not flawless, I meant. These terminals you can use for scanning and the remote turrets, like one side and the other side. Scanning, of course, or maybe, no, I don't know. The controls of the drone are down or are upstairs. These also, the escape modules, they don't work, so it's strange. Okay, let's go. So imagine that. Oh, it's still an alpha, of course. So let's get going. Fire up the hut and fire up the engines. Okay, so I didn't refuel the last time. Time to do that right now, but how does it work in our new persistent hangars? I don't know. 4,800, 280 or something, and a little bit of repair. So, yeah, let's have a little bit of wait, of course, because... okay, hydrogen refuel in progress. Hydrogen is... What are these? These 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... What is that? Are that some sort of drones also, or drone repair? So these are drone repair base? Never saw it. Okay. I'm also testing a little bit of the microphone that I'm using. So everything is ready. Then we call the spaceport that we want to leave. The hangar is opening up, and we will have a quick view of the Aegis Reclaimer. There are a lot of videos that review the Aegis Reclaimer. I also want to do another review, but more the review of Salvage Tier 0, of course. But every time that I wanted to make it, it is obstructed by something, or it's bugged. But the last weeks that I play, it's fully opening. Let's get into the air. Retract the landing gear. Hope it stays in VTOL mode. Yes. Okay, that's the lights. Okay, the lights were on or off, so... Okay, for now, we are gonna throttle up, so full speed. Put it in autopilot. So we are now moving slightly forward. And then we will retract the VTOL mode. And slightly aiming up the Reclaimer and use the afterburners. So this way you can get this heavy beast into the skylight. This is something different than flying just a small solo plane, of course. So making that at this full throttle. Let's get back, reposition the third party view, and then we will have a quick adjustment of the HUD. So make it horizontally and go up. At the right side you will see the altitude meter. So if we are at 10,000 or a little bit between 10 and 11,000, it is enough to get our jump, quantum jump, done. So what's this? Open exterior, press to unlock. No, that's not necessary. Okay, I will now go and pick a contract, a salvage contract. So contract manager. Let's have a look. Salvage. It's on Arc L1, Crew L4, Hurston L. Yeah, this one is good. 50,000 Alpha UEC. You will get these contracts by salvaging a lot of stuff, of course. So we are now at Hurston, and we need to go to her L4. So we put in the coordinates. Also, this map is maybe a thing from the past. So we are firing up our quantum drive, and we will have a look at the blue marker on the top of the cabin. It's over here. Yeah, a little bit more. And we will get a jump to the first point. I don't know why, but this is always a small thing that's happening if I want to jump or quantum travel jump. Maybe my settings are a little bit too high. For the graphical settings, I meant. So now we are gonna go to the next point. And we are going to jump. We're gonna put out, we stop the autopilot, and we are gonna jump to Hurston L4. Also, the quantum jumping is something they are working on, so this view of the Rusty Pigeon with its own name on it is always very, very nice. This is something you cannot get in any other game, I think. Just walking down in your hangar, going into the elevator, your ship, walk in your ship. I'm on in between also sipping my coffee because I like coffee. But this is something you cannot find in any other game, I think. It's something special that until now only Star Citizen have achieved, I think. also looking at your own ship like this when it's flying to space, to the next point that you want to go to get some cargo in, or just salvage something, or do mining, or do bounty hunting. So yeah, there are a lot of things happening. Just line it up again. The sound is mostly because we are almost there. So this is something you cannot get in any other, maybe in some flight simulators, but they don't let you walk through the whole plane, for example. In Star Citizen, you have the opportunity just to get into your ship and just do your own thing. And yes, it's an alpha and we don't have a lot of money sinks yet. And what I mean by that is just normally, just aiming this one a little bit. Normally in MMOs you have money sinks, so you earn money by crafting or questing, that sort of stuff. And then you can buy things with it. And by buying stuff, of course, you lose the money, but you get stuff like maybe new furniture for in your habitation room or in your ship, or something else. Just line it up over here. We don't need the quantum travel right now. Aiming down a little bit. I fly with mouse and keyboard because that's what I did in the time that I played freelancer. Just scanning will help you detect some rocks, because there are a lot of rocks here. We are just flying between an asteroid field, of course. I also gonna turn on the lights, because that way you will see the rocks much clearer. My speed is almost at 600, so that's enough velocity for now. So yeah, it's there are so much things going to change. We are getting the patch 3.23, so that is the new, that will be becoming the new way of playing Star Citizen. I can't imagine what, for example, all the new players will experience by getting into their own hangars. I'm now gonna strafe backwards and also put in the afterburners, so that I'm losing speed enough so that I know that I don't skip the salvage claim, of course. I have paid money for this claim, of course, so that it's mine, and it's a hammerhead. So I don't know the reason. There is a little bit of lore, I think, with the salvage contracts that you get. You can, for example, have a look if it's crashed, or maybe had some trouble, or was destroyed. So we are now going to position ourselves a little bit more. We are in a Digo Holdings controlled area. It says that way you know you have like the fully rights of this claim. I will position it a little bit in the middle. Watch out that you don't bump into it, because in space, if you bump into it, it's the result is most of the time not very fun, because you will lose the wreck. It will start spinning around or drift off, and you can try to capture it with the tractor beams from the scraping turrets, of course. But that is not the way that I want to play, of course. So we go a little bit closer until like 70 meters, like 60 or something. 60 is most of the time it's good. And you may wonder, how close is this then? I will cut off the engines and we'll have a look at the third person view. So this is like 60 meters until the wreckage, but we need to keep in mind that the arm is also going to extend, and you don't want to have the arm push the wreck away, of course. So also have a check. Last time that I was playing, I was harassed by an NPC, like a criminal or a pirate. So I switched my my turret on top to not Galderine repeater, I think, but attritions. So they have a little bit more firepower, but it doesn't matter. I got the pirate really good, and he was yelling and blown out of a ship. So I took his ship also into the Reclaimer, and that's the end of the story of the pirate. So for now, let's have a look. Of course, what does salvaging entail for 0, the tier 0? You can, of course, get all the guns and rockets or bombs out of the wreckage. You can get components out, but not in all the models, because lots of models are not updated yet, or they are simply too big. So I don't know what they will do in the future. If they, for example, make a cutter variant, because the Reclaimer would get his own cutter or snubcraft that you can use to salvage to salvage ships or go into areas that we cannot go with the Reclaimer. So that's part 1, of course, just taking care of the all the guns and sell them, but I don't think they are much of a value, but everything counts, of course. But the work that is entailed with it, it's not very fun. And also, if this was like an accident of, let's call it a prototype hammerhead with prototype weapons that has gone wrong, for example, that would be a great story, of course. So maybe you can get some prototype weapons of this hammerhead and repair them and use them on your own ships. So that would be awesome, I think. Just getting locations for this sort of stuff. Next is getting the valuable cargo out. So I will go into the elevator. I wanted to be this as a casual video, of course. Let's have a look. I don't think I have my helmet on right now. This is the drone bay. So always check, of course, to have your helmet on. So that's it. Very good. I have my tractor beam. A lot of people, they say they find this ship very much the Nostromo, I think. It's the ship from the Alien movies. So this is an airlock, by the way, to go into ships. This is the corridor for the sleeping chambers and captain's quarters. Here are the airlocks, and also to the subdeck. to the subdeck. What was down here in the subdeck? Because I can go down, of course, with the elevator. What is this? Okay. So this is the subdeck. This is the first time that I am in this room. Okay. It is caution, radioactive material work area. So this is, I think, the power source that you cannot. It's attached to the ship, so it's capital. It's a capital class ship, the Reclaimer. So what is this then? Engineering station. Okay, so here we will have something, of course. There's a rescue beacon. Power on. So for now we just can adjust some things, of course, that we can in the cockpit. But normally... Okay. So... Very nice, very nice. So this is like a components area, and you have like the stair for going up, and behind. Okay, so let's go up, because let's move on. Let's move on to the other things. We have a lot of decks here. Salvage, balcony, habitation, that's where we are now. Then salvage processing, salvage hold, cargo hold, and exit ship. We will go and exit the ship. I always find it intriguing, because when you are almost down, it looks like a skyscraper. So this is the back, and I think the vehicle, the cutter, is meant to be over here with all these arrows, just to slide it in and then get your stuff, like components or other valuables that you have found in space. We are now going to EVA. Also, this is going to change. Yes, all is subject to change. We are going to the other side of the rack, because this is the top part of the hammerhead. But I was thinking this is one of these things you cannot get in other games. So this is the top and this is the bottom. I was wrong, I think. Strange. Ah, yes, here it is. Okay, I was not seeing it. This is the cockpit area. So, in the future, of course, it could be that there is somebody in. Let's have a look. Where is the cargo elevator of this thing? Alright, it's over here. So, we are gonna call the elevator and move backwards a little bit so that it can open up. So what we want to do now, of course, is not bump into anything else. Get our tractor beam out. And the first crate is processed food. We don't like processed food because it's not worth all the hassle. So, scrap. And some more scrap. iron, it's 1 SU. Also scrap 1 SU. Gold. Okay, so gold is like I think 6 or 7k for a unit. And of course Quantanium, and Quantanium is better because that's like 25k, 25,000. So by doing this I have almost the costs of the contract out of this claim. Almost. Let's turn a little bit. There is no cargo grid on the elevator, so you have to just put it on top and let it go. And then it will just get into the gravity of the elevator. So put this away. So this is the only stuff we go put it into the cargo hold. Yes, the cargo hold is, I think, the first deck, this one cargo, that we come across. So there is some cargo grid in this area, not in all the areas. There is like cargo grid, so and now we are going to habitation. So this is step 2. Of course, getting all the cargo out of the rack, getting all the weapons out of it or unattached from it, the missiles, the bombs, that sort of stuff, components, you can all get it out, of course, and put it into your reclaimer or in your vulture, because the vulture is also another. Let's take the right way. Over here is escape pods. Over here is the gravity ball gravity generator. This is a stair that will bring us down also. This is the entrance for the drone room, and this is for the turret access. So we are now going to the bridge, and in the meantime I will take a sip of my coffee. Very nice. It's still a little bit warm. So this ship, the Reclaimer, it's, I don't think I can imagine selling it, because this is the ship that I not dreamed of course, but what I really like in Star Citizen. Let's power it on, and we go down. This is step 3, and step 3 is scraping, hull scraping. So you see remain salvage at the top corner, or at the middle top, it's the blue bar. And by getting the trawler scrape module ready, you can scrape material from the rack and make it into RMC, recycled material, construction material, RMC or RCM, I don't know. But of course you need this if you want to repair ships, for example, or if you want to make like base building or layers on base building, or repairing armor, that sort of stuff. So in the future this will be very important also to harvest. For now it's a little bit boring, I think the price, but I don't know if it will change in the upcoming patch. I don't know. No, we cannot take the material of the turrets. So now you take the hull plating into our internal depot. So this is also, it's relaxing in some sort of way, but what I like to have in this vessel also is like a jukebox function or something. Just getting relaxed music, like for example Led Zeppelin or like the song Sweet Home Alabama, that sort of stuff, or just relaxed music, not like seagulls or orca music sounds, that sort of stuff. No, just proper material for salvaging, because I think in the future salvaging will need this sort of relaxation part in its work, because now we came at this wreck, but there is nobody inside. There is nothing to do. You only have a small story why it's here, and what's happened to this vessel or to the ship. So you can only guess. But if you come across like wrecks in space in the 1.0 version of Star Citizen, maybe, or like salvaging tier 3, for example, maybe there are floating corpses around in this sort of wrecks. Maybe there is some sort of infestation on the ship, or alien infestation on the ship. So I think it could be also very scary, but also very intriguing. So it's more also salvage could be some sort of search and rescue, for example, to get materials from ships, maybe prototype hull scraping, that sort of stuff, like prototype armors that you can scrape off and sell. They are different in price, because now what we are doing now, you have only two prices. You have the RMC, and we have the construction material that we will get if we are going to fracture the ship, and I think, what was the name, making small particles of it. We will see in a minute, because I will go to the claw and then we will see it. I will just go on with the hull scraping until I have like 8 SAU. You will see this in the text, filler station ready, it says, and above that is depot. It's 5.0 from 240 SAU. That's the internal storage of the ship that you can use to fill it up. And when you have filled it up, you can make SU containers of material from it. And these you can store into your cargo bay or cargo hold also, and stack them. So I find this rather, if you do this like with a full crew, so somebody is detaching all the guns, getting all the missiles out, the components out, or a crew of 2 maybe, and you have a crew of 2 managing these scrapers and cutting up the wreck, and then you have the pilot who is in control, of course, of the spaceship, so that you can just align the spaceship that it's good enough for how do you call this, align with the claw, for example, or for work that needs to be done. So that's a little bit how I am envisioning salvage in the future. And also with some nice music, of course. And of course, if you are working, accidents can happen. So we don't have any med bay on the ship. We don't have a lot of cargo room either. So in the ideal situation, I think, of having your own salvage company, it also consists of cargo ships, like Caterpillar, for example, or the C2 or M2 Hercules variants. And why is that? Because you have also bigger racks that contain bigger cargo containers, like the 32 size cargo containers. So you can pull it out, put it into your cargo plane, and also if you want to keep on going, like keep on making profits, of course, as fast as possible, it's also very good to do this hull scraping, for example, or just chewing up the whole ship by fracturing it and then make small particles of it for the construction materials. It's also very good to put these containers that you produce with the Reclaimer into your cargo ship and then bring it back to planets or ports where you can sell this stuff. So your cargo ships, maybe 2 or maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 4, are just like doing an estafette run. Okay, so now we have 8.1 in the depot. I will stop. The other function, Ready Grip Tractor module, it's max range 150, max force 1 meganewton, I think it is, and the angle is 60 degrees. So we don't use this. We press Y and we go out of the chair. And for now, we will go back to the salvaging processing. Why is that? Because so I can sip a little bit of my coffee again. But there are different roles if you are doing salvaging, I think. Like if you have a true salvaging org, I think it contains of like cargo planes, but also refilling the Reclaimer with tools or let's have a look. We are going to salvage processing, but tools maybe, because it's also we also gonna have siphoning, I think, siphoning of getting the fuel out of the racks, of course. You can see through the floor beneath us is also the salvage depot something. I don't know, it's also a subdeck. So for now we are gonna produce recycled material, and we do this by 2 SCU at a time, and this is 1 SCU. So we are going to get our tractor beam out. Okay, we are just going to continue ejecting. So for now, all the small boxes I will throw in the back. I think it... Don't know why it's floating. Okay. We just throw it down. You will see it down there. Yep, there is another one. We just put it on auto eject and we just throw it down. This also. So this way we can have the recycled material, maybe put it down into another cargo area, because the RMC, it's like 12k a piece. So 1 SAU is 12k. And for the construction materials, they are at the moment, so it's empty. You see the top. Oh no, not fully empty. Yes, it's empty, 1.8, but I think it's like construction materials and recycle material composite. So the internal storage is almost empty right now. So we're going up to the salvage balcony, again salvage deck. We go back to the cockpit. Oh, sorry. And what we are going to do is just fracture the ship. The reason why I let you see all of this in the movie and I don't speed it up is that I want you to see how much time it will cost in real time to do salvaging on your own. Like yesterday or the day before, I had somebody who was interested in salvaging, and I have took him on a journey so that we split the profit for it, and he was operating the claw, operating the scraper beams, operating the material, the SCU producers. So for now, we are going to enter the claw seat. Normally, of course, you will get all the RMC off the rack. I think that's also one of the steps that will be very good. We are putting on the power, and by pressing M, we are deploying the arm. You will see it under our feet. It is extended, but you see how close it is already to our salvage rack. So the reason is that it will say it's 39.8 meters and it contains 202.4 SCU. So we have disintegration field, so that makes the small particles, and fracture. First, we are going to fracture. So we're going to fracture the ship, break it up into smaller pieces. You activate it by clicking your mouse, and then the circle around the green dot of fracturing will slowly fill up until it's fully filled, and then it's fractured. So it's almost there. We are gonna have a look outside, because now it's fractured. You will see that it starts to move a little bit. So you see it's like broken in the middle. So we have a top part, like it's doing all these strange stuff. So we are gonna go back, and we're gonna go put the disintegration field. So target in field exceeds available space in depot. That's true. But we are now going to it's the right distance, because if you are closer you get more yield. If we are further away with the claw from the rack, we will get less yield. So if I will have a quick look at the top, you see -19. So this piece will be like 1/5 less than the 30.8 SCU. This one is just right in the middle. I think it's good. So that's the reason why I parked the Reclaimer like 16 meters from the rack. So if you have a pilot that also is flying, you can ask your pilot, of course, move a little bit closer, because we want the max yield also for smaller vessels, so that we can make a full opportune of it. So you see it is yes, it is floating away. Okay, so you see the top part is floating away. We are gonna shut this down. Of course, it's a little bit too much to just let it float around, because it's like 120,000 of material floating in space. If I that's the reason why I'm now in the pilot seat. Fire up the engines, have it like small, and there it is. So if we park this right, like this, get out of the seat, and then, of course, jump back into the claw operator seat. And then extend the arm deploying. It's also cool to see how this is working. So we have now fractured it, and we are now going to disintegrate it. So we are getting like 30.8 SAU out of it, and we have already 225 in the depot, so it will just fill it up until 240. I'm solo playing right now, so for me it's always a trade-off. If I get the max depot filled, like filler station is full right now, so I will lose, of course, some of the yield, but I don't find this a problem for now, because if you have somebody working in the back, or like two people that are continuously ejecting all the construction material and the RMC material in containers, that they are busy, you can of course fill it up much more. So this is a true multiplayer ship, of course, but for now you can handle it alone a little bit. So of course it will cost you time, but it doesn't matter for me, because I like to do this. I like to run around in the ship, have a look, also if it's an older ship. So for now we are salvage processing. So I think this is some sort of, like you must envision this as some sort of working factory. And what I mean by that is just the factory that is producing. Okay, we put this to 16 SAU for now. Auto eject, okay. And the other one we will make like 8 SAU, also auto eject. So this is good. This is processing, it's almost ready. The yellow bar is telling that it's almost ready. So it is coming out. So we will put this here on the grid at the back. And this one we are just gonna drop down. And of course the next one is filling. For now it's not important that it's not on the grid, on the cargo grid, but in the future of course it will be important that all your loot or your cargo is some way or another is locked down to your cargo grid, because if you are flying into space or in atmosphere, it is like a plane. You cannot have like bouncing around containers. A sip of my coffee, because that would be crazy. You get a lot of internal damage, so that would be strange. But for now I just drop this down. So this process, what I was telling, if you have somebody dedicated by doing this process, you can of course empty the depot, the internal depot of the ship very fast, and the pilot and the claw operator and the scrapers will get a lot of okay, it's coming. They will get a lot of material done. So it would be some sort of small factory. Everybody has his job. Maybe you can rotate it a little bit to make it fun. Because if you have no fun in a video game, of course, that would be not good. It would be not the case. I think that Chris Roberts had invented it. We can have a look at this. The total internal storage is 112 of 240 SAU. Filling box in process. So we have a small one and a big one. Like just getting this over here and getting this over here. Of course, you will get the hang of it. If you do this solo for now, it is very doable. Also, if we are attacked, you will have this speaker system that is telling you that we are attacked, for example. So you can go to the man turret on top to take care of the threat, of course. But you can also go down to the cockpit, and just in front of the cockpit there is this area where you can log into the remote turrets, the other remote turrets. There are like 5 or 6. There is like the man turret on top. Then we have the remote turret 2 on the back, like left and right. At the front also left and right, and there is one at the bottom and a small one at the top. So yeah, these are like 6 turrets, and like the manned one, the big one on top for now, because it's also going to change in the patch to 23. We have like no handicap on our weapons anymore. So if you have like size 5 weapons on your gimbal mount or on your turret, it will give you the size 5 that it's supposed to have. So I'm very curious, because I think the turrets, the remote turrets, are also size 5, so they will get buffed a little bit more. So I put it over here. It is getting buffed a little bit more than that it is right now, because now it's like size 3 turrets. Let's have a quick look. It's still filling. We have like 8 SAU in. I think this one is... and this one also. So I think right now I will take this one. And this one I will put down here. And I think this one is done for now. Yes. Maybe I can make like 2 SAU out of it right now. And this is 1 SAU. Yeah, but it's... I think it will be a little bit more of a flying fortress. Like a massive ship that has like 3 size 3 shields. So it has a massive hull, HP of course. It is, I think, really a fortress that can handle its own. So it's developed by Aegis, and Aegis is a producer of military aircrafts or spaceships. So they are very well known in putting turrets on the right place and have reliable systems on them. So I think if everybody is manning their turrets, you can, I think, also swap out like the turrets for missile pods. So that's also what you can do to just get small fighters off your back. Of course, if there is like, for example, a retaliator that has like size 9 torpedoes, you can only have a couple of hits, of course, before you go down. But also that maybe if it's physical armor in place, that would also make a difference. Because I'm envisioning this as not a fragile ship, but more of a very robust deep space salvage explorer vessel that can very good handle its own in combat also, and it's very well protected. You have a lot of materials to repair. So yeah, I don't know. So this 240 SAU, we managed to get out. 240 times 6 is 1.44 million for one hammerhead, plus the small cargo down. So we are going to the habitation deck. Yeah, so that's a little bit the story of the Reclaimer, of course. And every time you are fracturing ships, fill up the cargo grid of the Reclaimer, of course then you have this task of, maybe I will show you the turret, like the man turret. It's on top of here, so it's right here. Yeah, but if you can, I think 3 or 4 in like an hour of 2, that is like doable, but you have like 6 million credits. So let's have a quick look, because it's not very, you can see it a little bit. So these are attrition repeaters, and attrition repeaters have they have like less shots, I think, but the longer they are firing, the stronger the force is that they produce, the damage they do. So you can, of course, switch this by cannons or other things, but these are size 5s. So, yeah, really good. Just pressing Y to get out of it. So, you, as a pilot, you don't have any control mounted weapons to your disposal. So, you need to have a gunner, for example, in the turret on top, if you are just flying or cruising, just to be prepared. And of course you have like the 2 crew members that will normally sit in the chair of the scrapers. They are when there is like a hostility going on, they can move to the back. So they move from these chairs left and right here to the back, and they will just man the 2. This is scanning station, for example, and this is the remote turret station. So they can let's have a quick look at the remote turret. So yes, this is, oh damn it, just have a quick look. So you will see that there is no power, of course. Where is the power of this thing? No. Power on. Okay, these are just default screens, of course. But you will see we have Panther repeaters. But it's like crazy because this is the man turret. So if you are fighting like light fighters or that sort of stuff, you see the capacitors that these things have, like 250 shots you can line up, a lot of firepower, and they recharge very quickly also. Look at this. So you can now it has all Panthers, but you can equip these also with missile pods, but also like cannons, so they do more damage but fire slower. The repeaters are more to take or pick on like light fighters that will harass you or that sort of stuff. So yeah, you have like it's like crazy. So you have the control of 3 turrets on this side and 3 turrets on this side. So it's crazy. So these crew members here can take that role. So for now, yeah, I could go back to Hurston, of course, and try to land this animal, because that's another thing that you need to practice. You need to practice a lot of flying this beautiful ship. This one is called, of course, the Rusty Pigeon. I also I'm planning to make some sort of salvaging orc, or a salvaging company, so that we can make lots of money by just doing the salvage game loop. It would be awesome, I think. Look at this beauty. It's such a massive ship. It's crazy. 155 meters. Yeah, but I can, of course, go back to Hurston and try to sell it, but instead, of course, I am a true salvager, so I am going to have a quick look. Crew now. Hurston L1. Ah, the L1. The L1 is a good one. It's an M2. Pay 50,000, of course, because I see that it's already on the road to Hurston, I think. I'm also very curious what it entails to go to, for example, go to Pyro, the next star systems that we have, and just go and go on and salvage over there. I think it's awesome. So I think that will sum this episode for Star Citizen from the Rusty Pigeon Gaming channel, and a little insight of the old way of salvaging, and also the old way of getting your ship out of the hangar, that sort of stuff. So thank you for watching, and I will hope to see you maybe in the next movie. I will try to get more Star Citizen videos out, but there's so much things happening, and I don't want to be a channel that only covers like the new stuff that is coming in. There are a lot of channels who will do this and do it with a very good do a very good job at it also. So I just want to explain my feeling, and for me this is my sweet Star Citizen. So I hope to see you in the verse. I hope that you will enjoy Star Citizen if you are going to play it. If you like to go and play it, of course, use the referral code. It's down in the description. You get extra Alpha UEC for this. And so that you have a little bit more starting cash in the game. And sometimes, of course, you also get extra stuff like an in-game ship or armors, that sort of stuff, if there is like an event going on. But you have to use the referral code if you create a new account, and buy, I think, for $40 a game package. So for now, Have a good one and bye-bye.